it's Talia. Welcome back to my channel. Today is actually Sunday. It is March the... I'm trying to count backwards here. 28th. Right? Yeah. Today is March 28th. And I'm coming to you today a day early because Andy had to call out of work on Friday, and so he's not able to go back into work until Tuesday. So he's going to be off tomorrow. I will have to work tomorrow, and I actually have to go in earlier than I normally would because he's not working. So I probably won't have a chance to do this tomorrow. So I have sent him out to get out of the house for a little bit. Abby just went down for a nap a little bit ago, and so I am trying to come to you guys today to film a little something to give you guys an update on this past week. So, whereas last week I didn't have that much haul, this week I have all the haul. Yep. So this one's probably going to be a little bit longer than it was last week, so I apologize in advance. I guess we'll just get started with the usual. The existing whips that I worked on this week, obviously, is Heaven in a Wildflower, which is my daily 30. You guys don't want to see the pattern. This is what the whole thing looks like. I am finishing up. This is the last thing I have to do, which is this little vine, whatever you want to call it. That's the last thing I have to do, other than putting in the initials and the date and whatnot. I might do this in a darker color. You can't see that hardly. There are initials and a date in there, but you can't see it because they have it stitched on white fabric. I have to see what it looks like and what it's supposed to be. And then, because I know that that outline does show up a little bit better on the fabric that I'm doing it on, so maybe that'll be beneficial. So, I will insert a picture of what it looked like the last time you saw it. And this, there's this thing behind it because it tends to show through. This is what it looks like now. I've done some more of these little light blue flowers here. And I can't remember if I had these leaves. I filled in the leaves. I remember that. Finished this up down here. So I need to catch up today because I'm behind on progress on this. So after I get done filming, this will be the first thing that I stitch on to try to get caught up. But that's my progress on it so far. This is the whole thing. So, but yeah, you see how that right there, it does, you can see it a lot better on this tan fabric because they had it stitched on white fabric for some reason. But you can see it a lot better on this fabric. So I'm going to look and see what it looks like with the color that it's supposed to be stitched in, and or I may stitch it in something else. So that is what that looks like right now. So getting there. I'm getting there. Unfortunately, I am gonna finish that up. Whenever I finish that up, then I will get it framed and give it to her. Whether it's late for her birthday or not, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. But I do want that to be as her birthday present. It may or may not be late. I'm just saying. I did stitch a little bit on the Supernatural Sow. This is put out by, I always forget the name. And it's like it's right there on the tip of my tongue, and I always forget the name. You'll be seeing it down here at the bottom. Anyway, I did work a little bit on it. You're not going to be able to see the whole thing because I have this on my Q-snap right now. I'm going to move the floss. I did manage to get the A done. I managed to get the A done, and I went ahead and came out to the side over here, to the far end. And I put a needle minder on it. So that's where it's at right now. Part 3 did come out this week. It actually came out on time. And it's like over here on this side of it. So when I get done with this, then I need to move this back over and work on part 3. But I am hoping that after March, once we get into April and I don't have to worry about my new starts every day, then I will have a little bit more time to work on this. So that's where it's at right now. I know I mentioned the Heaven and Wildflower fabric all the time. I am stitching it on a 28 count Irish linen from Charles Craft, tea-dyed. This is a 46 count Weeks Dye Works Confederate Gray. So that is progress on that one. So I really love this floss. I love this floss. And she did a re-dye of it and asked anybody if they wanted one. Of course, I said I'd be down for another re-dye. Here's a spoiler alert. That's one of the things that came in. I'm a little disappointed that it's not the same coloring as the one that I have now. But I'm sure I'll find something, right? It's still pretty. It's just a lot lighter than the one I have now, than the one that I already had. Well, here's a piece of it. This is the one that I'm using now for Supernatural. When I get to the other one, you'll see what it looks like. And you'll see it's a little bit lighter. As far as greens, it's lighter. Still pretty though. So that's all the existing whips that I worked on. Yeah, I need a drink. Yes, it is 5:30 in the evening, and I'm enjoying a cup of coffee. Because I just felt like I needed a cup of coffee, you know? I only had one this morning, and I clearly needed 2. But Andy being off this weekend has been kind of helpful. Andy being off this week has been kind of helpful because he's allowed me to sleep in a little bit. And it's been like almost noon before I finally actually waken up for the day. So that's all the existing whips, like I said. Now I will show you what I've started this week. As always, I have my list right here of what I started when. And the last day you saw was the 21st, right? 21st. So on the 22nd, which was that Monday that I recorded, the 22nd, I did start, Reach for the Stars, which was in the world of cross stitching. It's this little guy right here. And turn to the pattern. Not the pattern, but you know, the picture of it. That's what this looks like. I'm trying to find a way that I can print out a picture of this so that I can put my magazine away. I'm just stitching this. It's called for DMC. I'm just stitching this on a 16 count wide Ada that was probably with a kit. And I didn't get a whole big start on it. So that was my start on it. I apologize for the crease. So that was my start on it. Just pink. It's like, it's right there on the edge of his scarf. This part of the scarf that's blowing in the wind. So that's it. Nothing much to look at. And I have a little sparkly pink needle minder that I made myself. I think these were buttons, if I'm not mistaken. And I just broke the little plastic button part off and glued a magnet, and bing bang boom, you have a needle minder. So those are the easiest ones to make, aren't they? So where am I gonna put this? I'll put it here for now. Because I don't have a dog over here today. He's over there laying in his bed. So on the 23rd, this was one that I was really excited to start. And that is Fire and Ice by Ship's Manor. And I started on this little motif right here. Get a good look at that. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Weeks Dye Works in Platinum. I didn't realize it, but the called for fabric is a 28 count something or other, Jobelin. And I wasn't thinking about the Valdanis being 3 strands, but it seems to be working out okay on this 32 count, so I'm cool with it. So that is my start on it. So I think that's pretty good for a start. So still a long way to go though. So that is my start on that one. And yes, I know I don't have a needle minder on that one. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Just have to, depends on how I feel. I'll probably end up putting one on there next time. I can figure out how to freaking hold this up again. So, one last look. So, there you go. So that one I am pleased as punch with. And then on the 24th, right? 24th, I started La Vita è Bella, or Life is Beautiful, by Shepherd's Bush. A pretty pattern. And I'm just stitching this in, it calls for fancy floss. I actually had one of the fancy flosses. I may or may not use it, but for the most part, I think I'm probably just going to stitch it primarily in the DMCs. So, yeah. So this is my start on it. Sorry for the wrinkle. This is a 32 count Lugana in a dye from Fortnite Fabrics. So, but it has like this tan modeling on it. I don't know if you can see that. It has like this tan modeling on it. So, a little bit of a tan modeling, not much. So, that was my start. The outlines of 3 flowers, that's it. And there's still 2 more flowers. So that's it. And no, I did not make that needle minder. I bought it from, I believe I got it from Gina's Unique Boutique, like years ago. That's one of my favorite needle minders because it's a hydrangea. And we all know what my favorite flower is. So, on the 25th, I got to start, if I can get it out of the bag here, I got to start Good Intentions by Barrick. And I know y'all probably won't remember, so I'm going to let y'all know. I did have a different fabric with this originally. I had a 16 count Picture This Plus Cauldron. But when I got when I got set down to start it and I looked at the pattern, I realized that there was some partial stitches in the face. And I wasn't trying to split threads. So I switched it out. And I switched it out for I believe this is a 32 count Lugana. I do know that I dyed it myself, but I believe this is a 32 count Lugana. Yeah, I can tell by looking at the stitches. So that was my humongous start on it. Her face. But I don't know if you're going to be able to tell it, but there's areas where there's like a 3/4 stitch, and then I have to do a 1/4 stitch in another color. So that was my lovely little start on that. And like I said, I dyed that myself. So my little, yeah. What do you call her? Wait, Holly Hoppy. So that was my start, and this is just in DMC, which is called for. You would think a pattern like this, they would automatically try to use fancy floss, but they don't. It's just DMC. And on the 25th, right? You can see I get very turned around here. Where am I at? Okay, 26th, sorry. See, that's how bad my memory is. I can't remember what day I just said. 26th. I can't show this pattern very well to you. Oh yeah, I can actually. I'm starting the Joy. Yes, I got this. It was torn out of the book. I got this on Listia years ago, before I was really aware how bad of a thing this is to do. Especially if I'd known that this particular issue of A Cross Stitch Christmas was going to be this hard to get. On the plus side, though, there is another pattern on the back there. So, I'm sorry. I was just getting back into stitching regularly, and I wasn't aware that was a thing yet. But I have the pattern, so I might as well make some use out of it, right? So, this is my start on it. This is the bottom half of the O Enjoy. There's that. This is 28 count Jubilant in Queen Anne's lace. This is the majority cut of what I was stitching the Spanish sampler on that I UFO'd last year. So, let's just say it's okay to work on, but probably going forward, Jubilant won't be my favorite thing. It won't be something that I automatically gravitate to. So, that is that, and that's just in DMC. And then last but not least, yesterday's start was another one that I was excited to start. Kind of wish I had been able to start it earlier in the month, which, you know, I'm at the mercy of the wheel. And that is Miss Sarah Jane. I can try and get you without the glare here. Miss Sarah Jane by Lottie Da. And I'm stitching this in DMC, the called for DMC. And this is on another cut of 46 count Weeks Dye Works in Confederate Gray. So, I didn't get a whole lot done. I did have the day off. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to put my start in until the evening yesterday, which probably could have gotten more done if I hadn't had to wait so long to get started on it. But that's my start. That's in the middle of her skirt. So it's like where she has the outer skirt and it's open, and you can see like an inner skirt. So that's the middle part there. So it comes down a little bit longer, like it comes down I think to like here. So this is not all. So it does start to get a little wider the farther you go down. So that is my start. So that is my starts for the last 6 days. And I've already pulled my start for today. Obviously, I pulled my start for today since it's so late in the evening. And I'm not going to show you yet because I haven't actually started on it yet. But it is, it's called Santa's Gift. It's a freebie that I got through a LNS order. And I think the designer is Lavender Wings, if I'm not mistaken. But you guys will see that next week when I show you the last of my March mayhem. So that only leaves haul. That only leaves haul. Oh, I have a correction to make before we start in the haul. I have a correction to make. And y'all are so blessed and nice for not pointing this out to me. But again, I referred to the Joan Elliott dragon as Celestial Dragon when it's Crescent Moon Dragon. It probably won't be the last time. And I'm aware of that now. Because I just for some reason want to automatically call it Celestial Dragon. I will try my best in the future to call it what it is. And also, y'all were so lovely. You guys didn't even remind me that, again, I forgot to do my this or that questions. So I will do a few at the end before I let you guys go. I don't know if you happen to hear a clicking. If you happen to hear a clicking like that, that will be the oven. I have some wonderful barbecue ribs baking in the oven right now. Thank you, Pinterest. Well, technically, thank you to a recipe blog. But I've made these a few times now, and they are delicious. They are like truly melt in your mouth type ribs. And really, the recipe is simple. Just go to Walmart, get you a big rack of the baby back ribs. Try to cut off as much of that membrane as you can. Slather it in barbecue sauce on both sides. Wrap it in tin foil on a baking sheet pan, whatever baking pan. 300 degrees in the oven for 2 hours, and then unwrap it, kind of put a little bit more barbecue sauce on there, work that in, and uncovered for another hour. So, and they will be, they're delicious, trust me. It has to be some kind of ribs that has the word back in it, like baby back or pork back or whatever you call it. Baby back ribs are the way to go, trust me. So, got dinner cooking in the oven, and those won't be ready for it. I'd still got at least another hour, about an hour and 10 minutes before I have to uncover them. So moving on, what did I get in haul this week? What didn't I get in haul? So I did get, I don't even know how to start from least to most. I'm just gonna pull something and show it. So I got my, where is it at? They're in here somewhere. There they are. So I got my, this is the Moselle silk that I was talking about. This literally just came yesterday. I'm gonna pull it out here. See, this is what it looks like. This is the skein that I just got. This was the re-dye. The one that I have already was more of like these darker colors. Can I, where is the thing? Is this it? No, it's not it. All right. Grief. I don't know where my other thing is. Where is it? What did I do with it? I honestly don't know where that other skein went to. And the bad part is that skein is in my my kit for my Supernatural cell. So kind of need to find that. I have this one little piece of it. Like, you see that. Like, you see how dark that is. And you see how much light is on this one. Either way, there's a lot more of the light green in this one, whereas there was more of the brown in this one. It's still pretty, but definitely wasn't what I was expecting. Anyway, I got that. That is from Mo Sale. That was a re-dye. And I also got in my first month subscription from Brandy at Stitch Me. This is a fat quarter. It's 18 by 27, 40 count linen in Through the Stones. I'll take this out. It's kind of a greenish color, and I have to admit I don't stitch a lot on green, but Through the Stones, it's showing up pretty good too, actually. So that's pretty. Might find something to that, especially if it's a 40 count. I probably can find something a little easier to put on that. I was a little nervous about getting a fabric subscription of 40 count linen, like hand-dyed 40 count linen, but we'll see how it goes. I picked this up through Listia. Yes, I'm going back to looking through Listia occasionally. They have since gone back to like a point system where you can just pay money off a credit card or debit card, where you can just pay money to buy points like they used to do. And I stopped getting things off of there because they went to this weird cryptocurrency that was really hard to just buy. So the only way you could get the points, get the cryptocurrency, was if you actually auction something off on there. And I don't really do that very often. I don't have a lot of things that I can't do that with. So long story short, I started checking back on Listia here and there. And I got this. This is Pat Rogers' Hearts and Flowers sampler. The colors on this do make it look very dated, but I think if the colors were updated, then this would be absolutely gorgeous. It's 16 colors, if you can believe that. So, I'm going to, at some point or another, I am going to look at the colors and see what can be updated. Like, if the blues are fine, but if maybe you put them with a darker pink or something along those lines. I think the colors are really the only thing that dates it, but if the colors were updated, then this would be gorgeous. The sampler itself is gorgeous. It's just the colors make it look very dated. So I picked that up. That one is, in case you're wondering, the size on this is 205 by 177. It does primarily use, the funny thing is it really just uses numbers and symbols, numbers and letters for their symbols, which is, spoiler alert, it's hand drawn. This was from, let's see if I can see a date on this. I love how it says on the back you can send them $2 and they'll send you a printed brochure of all her designs. I don't see a year on this. It says it was stitched on khaki Linda 27 count. And design should be worked on a medium to dark fabric to give contrast to lighter colored floss. They do suggest they have a DMC symbol list, an anchor list, Coates and Clark, a DFT, which is Danish flower thread, and Jenny Thompson flower thread. They give you the numbers for all of those kinds of floss. Yeah, I'm not seeing a year on this. Or I could look at the model and see what it says. Yeah, I kind of missed that, even though y'all are probably screaming at me because it's right there in the model, which is 1990. So yeah, 30 years old. So anyway, I spent entirely too long on that. Where am I putting my stuff? Also, Made by Mama Joan she posted on Instagram, or she posted on Facebook, that for her Instagram followers, she was having a sale on some of her ready to ship bags. So I trotted on over there to see what she had, picked out a couple of those, hit checked out, and then I went back and found another bag that wasn't on sale, and I thought, what the hell? So I got it too. So the two that she had on sale, this one just a black and white bag, just solid black on the back. Just a black and white bag. And then she also had a poinsettia bag. I thought this was really pretty. And I don't have a Christmas bag, so I can show you the front. So got those. And then the one that wasn't on sale that I kept going back and looking at, that I just had to have, was this one. Yeah. You guys have gotten me into like farm type things. So, and it's a lovely orange fabric on the inside. So, and that is made by Mama Joan. I haven't even opened this. Just her little card. That's all her information. She did do Flosstube. I think it's been a while since she's done one, so. But she sells on Etsy. So I got those. Not gonna be buying bags anytime soon. And then I had to go to Stitching Frame yesterday because one, I had off and Andy didn't have to work, and I had to use up my birthday discount before the end of the month. So I went there. So yeah, I'm gonna show you what I got at Stitching Frame. Here's a bag of stuff. I picked out some fabrics. Their birthday discount, what it is, I think I've probably mentioned this before. Their birthday discount is you can pick out a pattern, the fabric, and the floss and beads to kit up a pattern. You can get the pattern and the fabric and the floss and embellishments to go with it. Everything to go with that pattern for 20% off. And everything else you might be checking out in that transaction is just regular price. So I picked out some things. I got a couple of bigger cuts of fabric, and I got a couple of smaller cuts of fabric too, which I don't buy a lot of smaller cuts of fabric. I picked up this, I can't even see what vintage, I can't even see what the name of this is, but it's a 36 count. Something. I don't know what it is. Somebody can tell me what this is. Can you read it what that says? I cannot read what that says. I'm going to have to ask her. Homespun? Vintage homespun, maybe? I don't know. So, got that little small cut. And then I also got the 36 count linen in Boston. And this is by Seraphim Fabrics. I think the name is Boston. This is Seraphim Fabrics. Thought I would give them a shot. So this is a pretty, like, it has some greens, but it has some bluey modeling in there too. So it's pretty. Told y'all I was going to try to stitch on 36 count more if I do the 1/2. And I also picked up, I saw this, and remember back when I asked you guys if there was a fabric that looked like the MCG even weave in the antique white, the one that had like the oatmeal-y kind of look to it. If there was an even weave or linen that looked like that. Well, nobody ever responded on that front. But I was in the shop and I was looking around and I came across 25 count Lugana in potato. And I don't know if you can see that. There is a bit of oatmeal-y look to it. It's thick. But I think this is, it's hard to catch it on camera, but it is. There is a bit of the oatmeal-y kind of look to it. So, got that. I'm going to try that out one day. Maybe if I have a single color sampler or something to work on. And then I got this. I also got this. This was the fabric that I picked out to kit up the project that I'm going to use it for. This is Henai Fabrics by Stephanie in Toasted Almond. 32 count linen. So really pretty color. And so that was all the fabrics that I got. Now for everything else. Oh no, I take that back. I did get something else. So I did get this one. This one is Seraphim Fabrics and Old Stationery, 36 count. Open it up. I could open it up a little bit, couldn't I? Old Stationery. And I got that to go with Quaker Handwork by Brenda Gervais. Kind of can see it. It's hard to see the color, what the color of actual fabric is. Anyway, and then I did also get all the flosses to go with that, including the DMC. So, got the flosses to go with that. So this one is fully kitted up. I'm going to throw these threads in there. So, but that's not all. That's the only threads that I did get, was to go with this. I also picked up a few more patterns. I picked up Silver Creek samplers. This was a new one that came out at Expo. And it's called Lost and Found. This is one that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about. But this was my favorites that came out from Silver Creek Samplers. So, I'll give you a minute to read that quote. If you need longer, just pause it. So, this was the one that I liked the most. Believe it or not, I was trying to find a piece of fabric to kit this up. But I wanted to do the toasted almond with it, but they didn't have a piece big enough. So I may just go online and try to get a larger piece of the toasted almond. But I liked that. I thought that was pretty. And then I picked up Heartstring Samplery's new one, My Necessity. Picked that up. And I did like, I was looking at it. It has coffee pots and coffee cups. And then there's coffee beans. It's like you have the coffee cups and the coffee pots. And then down here you have coffee beans. I just thought that was cute. So that's that one. And then I had to get another Brenda Gervais because I thought it was pretty. I picked up the Brick House sampler. So, got that one as well. So that was my haul from the Stitch Frame. And I also got a couple other things in the mail that aren't really like stitchy. I mean, they are, but they are for my venture into making the wooden needle minders. I did get some of the round ones and the square wood pieces. I did get some square of the I want to call them vinyl, but it's like the cover. These right here, I did get the square one, the round ones as well. But then I got the square ones that are like these, but the square ones are too small. So the square ones are going to have to get sent back. I'm also going to get heart-shaped ones. So I need to order those. And I've bought quite a few image sheets so that I can start making some. But I will let you guys know when that happens. So I guess that's all of the actual Flosstube that I have for you guys. Where's my book? There's my book. So to close out this this episode, I'm gonna do a few of the this or that things. Let's scroll to the front here. Let's see what we have. Snow cones or popsicles? Popsicles. Because snow cones don't usually have enough flavor for me. Plus, you know, here he comes. I can tell. Right? Maybe not. Yeah, snow cones usually don't have enough flavor for me. Popsicles do. M&M or Skittles? M&M's. I like M&M's better. Plus, I think the way they've been, like releasing all these new flavors out, you got more flavor options in M&M's than you do Skittles. So, Scooby-Doo or Snoopy? Scooby-Doo. Never really, I don't know why, I never really cared that much about Snoopy. And let's pull from more back here. Wheel of Fortune or Price is Right? Price is Right. Because of the games. And my grandmother used to watch it. Like every day she would have it on her TV. And that was when Barb Barker was hosting. Organized or messy? Messily organized. I know that's a cop-out. I do like to be organized as much as possible, but the problem is I'm lazy, so a lot of times it turns into a mess before it gets organized. And then it'll get messy again. And then eventually one day I'll get tired of seeing it messy and I'll organize it again. So, messily organized. Obviously nobody likes things to be messy. I can't cook anything in the kitchen if there's a sink full of dishes and dirty dishes on the stove, and I can't do it. I will look at it and say, I don't feel like cooking tonight. So, yeah. And the very next one is grease or hairspray. Grease. Because we did Grease as our senior musical when I was in high school, and I was Frenchy. I wasn't as big back then as I am now, but I will always have an attachment to Grease. Yeah. So I think that was my 6. So 1, 2, 3. So I think that was my 6. Yep. So that went pretty quick today. So yeah, that will do it for today. I don't think I have anything else to talk about right now. Abby had her doctor's appointment last Monday, and she's up to 13 pounds and 10 ounces, I think they said. So she's getting big, and I think they said she was 22 inches. 22 inches? I don't remember. Surely it would be more than that. I told you, I'm very forgetful, y'all. And this hasn't even been a week ago. But she's grown a bit. She's grown... I feel like it's right there on the tip of my tongue. Like 20, maybe 24 inches. I think they said. Because I remember something about being 5 inches, her growing 5 inches since she was born. Anyway, she's getting big. She is 5 months and a week. So, yeah. And, let's see. Her next appointment isn't... Technically, her next appointment would be 2 months later. But this was technically her 4-month appointment. And she was actually 5 months. So, to kind of try to get caught up, her 6-month appointment, they were trying to schedule it for 2 months out, and I told her, well, technically she's 5 months right now. So for them to schedule her 6-month appointment, her next appointment is actually on April the 22nd. And I'm not so worried about work at this point because I'm going to be stepping back from work a little bit. I'm only going to be working 2 days a week. And it's pretty much going to be the same 2 days every week, Wednesdays and Fridays, unless something happens, because I need to step back from work a little bit, because if I'm working all the time and he's working a full-time job, he doesn't have time to get anything done around the house. I don't have time to get anything done outside of work and the baby. So we both kind of need that extra time to get stuff done that need to get done. And so starting, not this coming week, but starting next week, which I think is starting like the first, second, third, something like that. I think I'm working up until Saturday this week, or this coming week. And then I'm probably going to be off Sunday and through the following Wednesday. Anyway, I'm going to be working all throughout this week. I have Wednesday off, but I think I'm working every other day this week. And after this week, then I will have a lot more time at home. Maybe that means a lot more stitching time. And if I'm not starting something new every day, then maybe I can actually get some stuff done on other stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. So, but I think that's gonna do it for today. You guys will see me again next week to update you on what I started up till the 31st, and then whatever else I've done over those next few days after that. But you guys will see me again next Monday, and then after that I'll probably go back to my 2-week schedule on videos. So, but that's gonna do it for today, and I hope you guys are getting a lot of stitching done. I hope you're having a good day, a good week, a good month, and until I see you guys again, be good. Bye guys.